Hi, this is Mark Birch, and this is a quick analysis and revision of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Chapter 7, Incident at the Window. The chapter begins with Utterson and Enfield on one of their Sunday walks, arriving at Jekyll's back door. Enfield states, "That story's at an end at least. We shall never see more of Mr. Hyde," a statement that's deeply ironic given that we're only halfway through the novella. The court of Jekyll's house is described as being full of premature twilight. The adjective premature, meaning before its usual time, highlights the theme of the unnatural, something that's clearly associated with the setting of Jekyll. Seeing Jekyll sitting in a window, Utterson describes him through the simile of being like some disconsolate prisoner. The sense of imprisonment is entirely appropriate, given that we later discover that Jekyll has had to confine himself to the house for fear of involuntarily transforming into Hyde. The prisoner comparison is used in Jekyll's narrative from Chapter 10, when Jekyll describes his own disposition as a prison house. He describes himself as being confined to the persona of Jekyll, and that the devil Hyde had long been caged. The use of language associated with imprisonment is in contrast to the freedom that Jekyll feels in being able to inhabit the two aspects of his disposition, Jekyll and Hyde. To limit himself to one aspect is to be constrained or imprisoned. Jekyll's happiness at the prospect of speaking to his friends was struck out of his face. The violence of the verb struck mirrors the violence of the character of Hyde, as Jekyll recognises that the process of transformation is upon him. Jekyll's expression of horror and despair is so extreme that it figuratively froze the blood of Utterson and Enfield. Excess of emotion is a convention of the Gothic, but for the stoic Utterson to be affected in this way emphasises the profound nature of these emotions. The duality of Jekyll and Hyde at this unseen moment of transformation is alluded to by Stevenson's description of the answering horror in the eyes of Utterson and Enfield. They have a duplicated emotional response, just as Utterson's words are similarly duplicated. God forgive us. God forgive us. Okay, ta.